You guys feel like you miss a spot every time you shave? Yes, 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 every time. Dude, we're breaking down boundaries here, okay? I always thought maybe it was like my own distractibility or laziness or something like that, or like the unique contours of my specific face. Every time I shave, I'm like, I'm not gonna miss a spot this time. I go over every spot. There's parts where the hair grows in different directions, so you go in the other direction for that part, and then like definitely make sure you get like the corners of your jaw and like all the way up on the cheeks, like just below your orbital bone. And I'm like, I got it, 100%. I got it. Wake up in the morning, I'm like, how did I miss a spot, man? Doesn't make any sense. Now imagine having to do your whole body. What do you mean imagine? Imagine all the people. You see Sean Lennon tweet that you can't do anything anymore because of woke, and then somebody quote tweeted it with Yoko Ono's tweet that is like, when your baby son is crying, record it and play it back to him when he suffers as an adult. Listen, 30, 40 years of Yoko Ono public humiliation, right? I'm so happy we're finally like pulling it back in the other direction. She's an artist, man. Of course sometimes she goes a little weird, yeah, but she's an artist. She's back on top now. That's a beautiful tweet. Normalize artists being cringe. That's what I'm saying, man. That's how I'm trying to live my life. You see the wisdom? Don't kill the part of you that's cringe, kill the part of you that cringes. Wait, that's so true. Yes, I believe that was originally tweeted by horny Adolf Hitler on Twitter, one of modern day's Nobel laureate philosophers. Cringe's client side. Wait, is that true? Let me think about that. Sorry, I was also laughing because I saw a video of, it's obviously doctored, but it looks like a man riding a unicycle in the UFC octagon and then delivering a one-hit knockout.
Derek went after him. Derek Lewis opens with a switch knee. The black.
Tweeters are the new philosophers? Yeah, I think so. I mean, you might be like, that's kind of sad, but I'm just going to level with you. It's better than stand-up comedians. Stand-up comedians, 20 years ago. Why is the airplane food so salty? Stand-up comedians now turns the stool backwards, even though it's 360 degrees, symmetrical. Let's get real for a second, folks. New Girl son or Seinfeld daughter? Seinfeld daughter, 100%. Talking Heads, Seinfeld is better. That's already been invented, right? Like I'm not breaking new grounds. If I go like, take a look at these hands. They're passing in between us. Take a look at these hands. George. Pearl Harbor Memorial Site son or Kennedy Space Center daughter. I gotta go with Kennedy Space Center daughter on that one for sure. They were both interesting exhibits or facilities, don't get me wrong. But like I feel like the Kennedy Space Center was interesting and tonally consistent throughout. The juxtaposition of like, the horrors of the Second World War, but then also here's a gift shop where you can like buy some shirts with like the USS Indianapolis smoldering on it or something like that. That was like that almost like, I don't know, because I don't know the pills, right? There's the red pill, which is like when you radicalize yourself. And then there's like the blue pill is when you live like a normal person who's well adjusted. And then the black pill is when you're like, this is the last pill I ever take. I don't know what it would have been. I'm going to say like a shade of purple pill. That almost purple pilled me. That's birth control. I think one of today's problems is that we have too much birth control. Boo, boo. Hey, wait, hang on. And not enough death control. Uproarious applause. Jeb gets all 538 electoral votes image. Cast iron pan son or astrology daughter. Cast iron pan son, 100%. What's wrong with cast iron pans? Well, I think it becomes like a, everything in today's modern era, everything gets taken to its Reddit extreme, So the cast iron pan phenomenon, I feel like, was born out of like everybody's parents in my generation having like those Tefal pans with the red hot spot in the middle of them, and then getting black pilled when you realize you've consumed like 100 pounds of Teflon in your life. So everyone was like, okay, let's get cast iron pans. And for a while it was like really good. But then instead of people buying cast iron pans because they were good, the caricature became like they bought them because they're cast iron pans. So instead of like, hey, I got a cast iron pan, it's like, well, you shouldn't have gotten the Le Creuset cast iron pan. You should have gotten whatever the other brand is. And actually, you shouldn't even buy new ones. You should just get them from like a thrift store and then, use steel wool to scour them for, and it became like its own, like they created the heuristic to simplify the hobby, and then they swallowed the heuristic and cast off the passion that led them to the hobby in the first place. But if you're just like using cast iron pans, I think that's fine. I also don't really care if you like use astrology, as long as you're not like, we can't be friends because your ass was born at like 7 a.m. 35 years ago. I'm like, damn, you don't even know like the real reasons we can't be friends, which is that I have no availability because I'm parenting all the time. It has nothing to do with my birth time, I think. I don't know. Did they really used to navigate the seas via the stars? Because that's crazy, man. Like, don't they change position every night? Yes. No? Some do? Slowly. Wait, so you're telling me... Let me think about this for a second. Let's assume that today's date is today's date, okay? It's June 5th, 2024. If I look up at the night sky tonight at like a, 90 degrees northeast angle, that view will be almost exactly the same view tomorrow as well. That's crazy, bro. But the moon moves around. The moon is a lot closer. That's a good point now that I think about it. I guess if something is like 400 light years away or something like that, it can move a great distance before its position seems much different to our vision over here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He doesn't know shit about astronomy. I really don't know anything about astronomy. You seem dumber now. It's actually that I'm not dumber. I'm actually smarter. Now, the only thing that's changed is my attitude. I know this is a hard thing to believe. I got smarter because I stopped having so much pride over seeming intelligent, and I stopped being afraid to ask questions that may come across as stupid in the pursuit of learning more about the world that surrounds us. And by the world, I guess I mean the universe. How to get 50% smarter just by changing your attitude. You're the same guy, stop pretending. That's true. Hey, Dom Toretto, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. You got me with that one, okay? You ego checked me with that one. Happy birthday, Addie. Happy birthday, Polly. Hey, you fucking robot, get yourself, make me a fucking chili con carne. You ever see Rocky IV? I know you have, or at least like a video essay about it or something like that. Monotype can learn Thunderbolt. You ever hear about this one? Pikachu. Monotype can learn Shadow Ball. Monotype can learn Ice Beam. Alolan Ninetales. I'm a fucking idiot, bro. Cloister. Articuno has flying, right? Earthquake and Ice Beam. There's got to be a big ground ice sort of guy. I'm thinking of Snover. I think he's like a forest type. Sorry, grass type. I'm not trying to make enemies with the Pokemon community. Alex, step in, okay? I need you to be the vanguard here. I'm making mistakes. Who's the? Don't spoil it for me. Here's my question: who's the dude that's really hard to catch in Pokemon Go? Because his model is like so far back. Swinub, thank you. Swinub becomes Mamoswine, who might fit the fucking bill. Thank you for the Swinub. Okay. Flamethrower Thunderbolt. I'm just going to be real with you. I got to go like Mewtwo Mega X on this one. And then Flamethrower Shadow Ball will hit you with the Mewtwo Mega Y. It's a nice one to have in your back pocket. Ice Beam Flamethrower. Okay, that I probably should have saved the Mewtwo for that one. How about Mew? I don't believe it. Oh, man. For me to get 7 out of 9 on this one, Jerry Ryan. Jerry Ryan. That's surprising to me. Mew can go in every single spot on this one. Me when my general manager gets LeBron James on my team in 2014. I mean, he's still pretty good, right? -2, fair enough. Librarian, are you here? I'm kind of pissed off, by the way. Your most famous tweet ever isn't about me anymore. It's that LeBron James tweet, which is like you quote tweeting somebody who said reading a book in public is so embarrassing when you see they're on like page 5. And then you said a lion doesn't concern himself about the opinions of sheep, and it's LeBron James reading 4 different books. Great tweet. Is this MacGruber? This looks too 2020s to be MacGruber. I had to take a chance. Bryan Cranston? Is this Trumbo? Is this Why Him? I honestly don't know shit that Bryan Cranston was in except for Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle, and Why Him. William H. Macy. It's The Lincoln Lawyer. I haven't seen it, but I do see Matthew McConaughey. There you go, The Lincoln Lawyer. I heard it was good, but like it just doesn't make sense because like is Matthew McConaughey Abraham or what? He drives a Lincoln? I guess that's true, isn't it? I've seen the advertisements. Abraham Lincoln already was a Lincoln lawyer. Hey, you know what's pissing me off, by the way? There was a famous tweet maybe 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and it said, nobody has ever looked blankier in the history of television. And it was a scene with Walton Goggins from the superlative HBO show Vice Principals, where he sees a demon and then he just goes like that, right? And people are replying to the tweet and going like, wow, out of context, what is this? This seems like a crazy show. Bro, watch Vice Principals. It's the best Danny McBride show. Righteous Gemstones is good. Eastbound and Down is good. Vice Principals is the best. I knew this would come up. That show is really good. That show affected me, man. It's about 2 extremely evil people, but it's also funny and touching. What is it about? It's hard to describe. It sounds bad. You fucking Wikipedia synopsis, Andy. What's it about? How about we start asking questions like, what does it make you feel? What's it about? Who fucking cares, bro? What is Koyaanisqatsi about? What are Song Soo films about? I don't know. I haven't seen any. They're all like 66 minutes long. It's like shorter than an episode of like Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. I haven't seen them. I don't even know the distribution channel that they'd be available on, quite frankly. Why are you wearing a nurse's uniform? These are OR scrubs, guy. This is Patton Oswalt's head. I gotta pull out the looking glass. Am I crazy to think that this is like Matthew Modine's face? No, wait a second. I'm getting something. Patrick Dempsey? Who are you, man? It's crazy that this looks so much like Nick Swardson. It's Richard Gere, bro! Richard Gere. No! Really? I gotta know. Michael Bolton? Only the nose suggests Bolton. I mean, it is his face, though. So, like, I don't disagree with you because I got it wrong in the first place. But, I mean, that maybe it's an aberrant picture of Michael Bolton. I wouldn't know. I don't know too well what he looks like. Who the hell is Michael Bolton? You know, this is the dream of Captain Jack Sparrow. I was cooking up a tweet, by the way, and I won't make it because I don't think that's what Twitter is for right now. I'd rather just read it from other people. But it would be something like this. And yeah, it was inspired by writing Pirates of the Caribbean at Tokyo Disneyland, okay? The gist of it is it starts with, a man's having a conversation with God. And God says, well, look at the footsteps on the beach and it'll tell the story of your life. You see here, when there's two sets of footsteps side by side, that's when I was walking with you, my son. And then the other person replies and says, what about this, Jesus, where there's two footsteps and then one circle next to it? That's where you are being carried by Captain Jack Sparrow. You best start believing in ghost stories. You're in one. Something like that. I don't have the verbiage like 100%. Captain Jack Sparrow has two legs. All right, I didn't really know. I didn't think of that. That is true. I've seen the first movie. He does have two legs. Now that I think about it. The vibes are on, though. It's got good bones. I appreciate that. Where a masseuse might work. A spa. Drops the ball. Anti-anxiety drug whose name is a palindrome. Xanax. Harvard's rival, Yale. Last letter in London. Clever. The birds and the bees topic. Sex. Speak with folded hands. Desi Arnaz. Heirs. All items must go event sale. Crossed out. X'd. Last letter in London. They speak English. The last letter of the alphabet is Z instead of Z. I see. They were cooking. I'll just level with you. If you got this without having any of the letters filled in from the cross-sectional clues, you probably got like a 1700 on your SATs. Editor's info note. I don't know what a good score on the SATs is. 1600 is the max. Okay, well, sorry. No, now 2400 is. Oh no, 2400 used to be the max. Now it's 1600. Why? Because of woke? You know how they should do it? Here's how I would radicalize the SATs if I, as a businessman, was elected president. We'll keep the same scoring system. It goes from 0 to 1600. But then, instead of this laborious, bureaucratic, red tape type scoring system, boom, it's 1,600 questions that are worth 1 point each. It's that easy. Does it take 24 hours to do the test? Yes. Are we going to pay the proctors extra? No, absolutely not. How are you going to handle 4 years of binge drinking if you can't just fill out a Scantron for a day straight? Weak. You're weak. You won't survive the coming winter. What kinds of questions? Fucking essay questions. Suck it up. 1,600 essays a day for 3 summers? Imagine doing an essay on the Scantron. My Scantron essay, the bad caca dada cab bad cab caca ACDC. Oh man. Sony Pictures, 34 million opening week, starring Seth Rogen. I don't need to look at the genre. Let's be realistic. 2016. Might be looking at sausage. No. Sausage Party? Yep, okay. Hot Dog Frank leads a group of supermarket products on a quest to discover the truth about their existence and what really happens when they become chosen to leave the grocery store. Now, yesterday, I kind of went off on a little bit of a rant where I said, I don't understand why everybody hates Seth Rogen now. And I went to bat for him. He seems like a cool guy. I have a little bias because he's also associated with Vancouver. But I like most of his movies, and I like when I hear him talk as well. That being said, everything I said was besides this. That is not... This is the outlier that you cull from the data set because it's too far out, okay? We like him for The Boys. Didn't he produce Legion as well, which has that incredible scene of Germa breaking out of containment? You know the one. I can't do it. I don't have the same like theater DNA as German. Oh, that's preacher. Okay. Or the hair. You know the one where he's like, he gets out and he goes like, "Tah," and then the dudes go, they get stunned, and then he goes like, "Ta," and then they get like killed, and then he snaps and they get reduced to dust. From Dogville to short term 12. This one's going to be, well, it shouldn't be that tough. I have it. I have something. Fuck you. It's Philip Baker Hall. Just let me, Philip Baker Hall, the Magnolia, to John C. Reilly, to something with Michael Cera. No, so Brie Larson's in, so Brie Larson's in 21 Jump Street. Okay. Philip Baker Hall, Magnolia, Julianne Moore. I was going to do Cyrus, but no. Philip Baker Hall, Magnolia, John C. Reilly, Cyrus, Jonah Hill, 21 Jump Street, Brie Larson, short term 12. Philip Baker Hall, Magnolia, John C. Reilly, Cyrus, Jonah Hill, 21 Jump Street, Brie Larson, short term 12. Considering I'm 12 hours jet lagged, I think that connection was pretty good. 2 minutes, 4 spaces, that's pretty good. Oh, Melora Walters, get over yourself. Billy Eichner voice. Fuck you, yoga bag. Name a man. A man? Name a man. For $1, name a man. A man? Also, same thing with Seth Rogen. Is it just like Timon and Pumbaa? People hate Seth Rogen now. People hate Billy Eichner now. Why do people hate Billy Eichner? I watched Bros on an Airplane. I thought it was pretty funny, man. He's loud and annoying? Yeah, he's a celebrity. That's what they're there for, man. Jack Black is loud and annoying. Everyone loves him. Jack Black is not annoying, okay? Like, you take that back. He's actually the most beloved man in America. People also hate James Corden. Yeah, but like, that one makes sense. I don't really care that James Corden is apparently like an asshole in restaurants. I care that like his vibe, as far as I was familiar with, was like singing songs in cars with celebrities, which for me is just like, who cares, man? But at least the celebrities were singing when they were on the James Corden show. The celebrity lip sync thing for me makes no sense. Like, I think if you have anybody in your life that watches Celebrity Lip Sync Challenge, you should probably go no contact immediately. Has there ever been a media property more devoid of the sentiment of passion and art than watching someone you recognize pretend to sing a song that you recognize? Like, what is going on here? Anyway, live and let live. Did you hear about Zachary Quinto being a dick in that Toronto restaurant? I didn't, but just from hearing the headline, I would tell him to tread carefully, okay? Because I will, if you are a dick at a restaurant, but you made like a superlative piece of media, I'm willing to be like, who cares if they're, yeah, okay. Like, this guy, he's a dick in a restaurant. He wrote, Confessions Part 2. I'm willing to, so you got to be a little bit crazy to make art, okay? But if you just happen to play, I don't even know, Spock in the Star Trek movies, you better be on your best behavior. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, by the way, that you have to be nice until you make a piece of media that's superlative and then you can finally be like rude to staff. No. I'm just saying, like, if someone was like, hey, Tom York was rude to a server today, I would be like, yeah, you got to be a little fucking crazy to make like 8 incredible albums in a row. I'm not saying that he should be excused necessarily, but I'm saying, like, I get it. I don't know if Tom York is a dick to servers. Me, on the other hand, I'm mostly producing like brain rot content, so I'm like, on my best behavior at all times. Buffalo, Detroit, easy. Dominic Hasek. Stephen Merritt, he's invited, absolutely. Chicago and Buffalo, Dominic Hasek. Buffalo, Vezina Trophy winner, Dominic Hasek. Every square is Dominic Hasek, bro. Detroit, Olympic gold medal, Dominic Hasek, Dominic Hasek, Dominic Hasek, Dominic Hasek. It's all Dominic Hasek. Well, you know what? Let's be sane on this one. I mean, they're both in there, don't get me wrong. Hall of Fame Vezina Trophy winner. You ever hear of fucking Gump Worsley? 1906? Look at that fucking haircut, man. Michael Douglas from Falling Down called. He said, congratulations on the Hall of Fame induction. New Vegas ass. Oh, man. Lorne Worsley. Duke Nukem hair. What's the Vezina Trophy? It goes to the goalie who got the most wins because his team is goated. Vezina Trophy, Buffalo Sabres. I got to think about that one. Maybe Ryan Miller won it for the Sabres back in the day. Because, I mean, obviously Hasek did as well. Okay, Chicago Blackhawks, Olympic gold medal. Jonathan Taves. That's a gimme. We might even be able to honestly hit you with like a Brent Seabrook instead. Probably get a lower percentage on that one. Chicago Blackhawks Hall of Fame. How about a fucking Stan Mikita, the guy with the drills? I love getting these old hockey photos in there before, like, the Canadian phenotype. You know, nowadays it's more like you can't tell a Canadian from an American for the most part until they talk, you know? But back in the 50s, like, we have some Canadians in here, man. They don't make men like Gump Worsley anymore. Detroit Red Wings Hall of Fame. You ever hear of fucking Sid Abel, 1931? So you see what I'm saying, man? Although that is literally Owen Wilson. They hit him with the sepia, dude. Oh, man. That's so good. Okay, Detroit Red Wings, Olympic gold medal. I mean, I got to feel like Zetterberg was on that 2006 team. Probably Lidstrom was as well, but... And then Chicago and Buffalo. I don't even remember like half of your goalies, to be honest. Phil Housley? I feel like Phil Housley played for both. I'm cracked. Perfect score. We don't get a perfect score on Pokedoku that often, okay? Not to mention we got Sid Abel and Gump Worsley in there. The dream. Disgusting.
Carnation. A noun meaning a plant of any of numerous, often cultivated, and usually double-flowered varieties.
She's loud as fuck, bro.
Stubborn. A adjective meaning unreasonable. Scraped. A verb meaning
Across concrete.
conductor. A noun meaning one that. Emotional. A adjective meaning of.
Easy. Next. Why does she say it so sexy? This has the vibes of that librarian tweet that's like, why is the tour guide at the zoo talking in the JOI cadence? Dude, she's just talking, man. You gotta uncook yourself. You've been online too long.
Metropolis.
Oh, Fritz
noun
Lang
meaning
posting?
Vacancy. A noun meaning a vacant.
Can you go to a hotel and just get a room? I mean, I've been talking about 90s maxing. I don't think in my entire life, I don't think I've ever stayed at a hotel that I didn't have a reservation for. I romanticize it, but it kind of scares the crap out of me too. Yes, and I've done it. Okay, but when? Like 2008 or like 2020? Well, that's an aberrant example, but do hotels work? Well, I'm just saying, because people are like, can you just use a hotel for its intended purpose? Yeah, but if I flipped it and said, hey, you ever buy a ticket for a flight at the counter? You would be like, are you fucking crazy? Are you insane? People do that too. I don't believe that people do that. I've in all of my time in airports, I've never seen a human being buy a ticket at the counter. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying I believe that it happens less than once per day at every major airport in North America, at least.
Modicum. A noun meaning a small portion.
Ja Rule doing the SATs, and the question is, this word means a small quantity of something. Modicum!
Firenze. A geographical name meaning commune in central Italy on the Arno River. Capital of the region of Tuscany, population 358,079. Firenze. A geographical name.
Okay, Firenze.
Brevet. A noun meaning a commission giving a military officer higher nominal rank than that for which pay is received. Document is a Middle English term derived from the Anglo-French bref letter. Brevet. A noun meaning a
have
commission
no
giving a
idea,
military
man.
officer higher nominal rank than that for
Brevet.
which...
Okay.
Culminate. A
Okay,
verb
that's-
meaning
She was kind of using the JOI cadence for that one. I'll give you that one.
katsura. A noun meaning... Dvorak. A noun meaning...
Ooh. Spell check 15 to 15. He's so back. Goat or beef tomato sauce, liver spread, potatoes, carrots, bell peppers, onion, garlic, soy sauce, bay leaves, salt, pepper, and water. Looks great. Looks tasty. Can I be honest with you, librarian? This looks like Indonesia again. Warm. Derived from the Spanish word caldera. Spanish word indicates to me we're going to the Philippines, bro. It's just that easy. I missed food, yes, sir. It's back, baby. This is caldereta, a traditional Filipino dish that is of Spanish origins. Okay, ChatGPT, I see you. I see you. Looks delicious. I'm giving my review. Digestive biscuit from the United Kingdom. We could make a lot of cheap jokes about British food here, but these are pretty tasty, man. Do they help your digestion? I don't know, but there's nothing wrong with the digestive cookie. I mean, this is probably the best tasting thing that has digestive in its name. Over in Eastern Europe, they're like, oh, you just enjoyed a beautiful meal? How about like, here's some antifreeze that tastes like black licorice. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. The alcohol really helps your digestion. Meanwhile, your liver and stomach and colon are like, please, God, no. Water, please, water. I'll take a double Johnny Walker Red, please. Just something to help my digestion. It's spaghetti. Beef, egg noodles, potatoes, cabbage, bean sprouts, sambal, fried shallots. I think it's Indonesia, bro. It is Indonesia. Soto mi. So often enjoyed as a hearty meal for lunch or dinner. The combination of its warming broth and filling ingredients makes it a popular choice among Indonesians. This is like how you spot a ChatGPT blue check on Twitter. It'll be like a clip from a movie and the top comment will be like, I love this movie. You can really tell that the actors were trying to make you feel like what the characters were going through. And you're like, you fucking... Shut the fuck up, you fucking robot. I love the way the moving pictures created the appearance of a scene actually happening in front of my eyes. Eyes? Shut up, robot. So true, they don't understand. The robots didn't do anything wrong. It's the person controlling the robot. Well, that's true. You know, like, I kind of admire the ingenuity. The most annoying accounts on Twitter, there might only be like 3 of them, but it's the blue check OnlyFans models who reply to every viral tweet. It'll be like, here's what Martin Scorsese had to say about Marvel movies. And then like the top comment is blue check OnlyFans bio that's like, me and Martin used to go out. He's got an 8-inch cock. And I'm like, lady, you said that about like every celebrity in the past 2 weeks. There's no way that's true. Martin Scorsese ate my pussy last night. He made me cum on his face. I believe it. I believe he could. I don't believe that he did with you. Me and Genghis Khan used to go out. He was mid, to be honest. I know, like, it's... Can you just not type? Like, you're making the world a worse place. Just like a more annoying place to be a part of. Can you just stop? It's not... Like, it's funny when I say it for some reason, but... Oh, man. No, I don't know what to do about this one, man. I think it's fucking... Mickey Rooney and Michael Keaton? I don't know. Is that Mickey Rooney? Don Rickles! It's Don Rickles. Okay. I don't know. I know. Okay, it's Toy Story 3. This guy played Lotso. I don't remember his name, but I'm going to know it in a second. Ned Beatty! Yeah. Did you see the clip of Toy Story 3 that's like when Ken is tied up and Barbie's ripping his clothes? If you look at the words, oh Barbie, you hear him say, oh Barbie. If you look at the words, oh fuck, you hear him say, oh fuck. And they're both like so clear. I've seen Toy Story 3 like 5 times because I have a 3-year-old. And I was like, there's no way he says fuck in this movie. And I looked at the oh fuck while he said it. And I was like, how did they get that past the censors, bro?
Oh, Barbie, those were vintage. Oh, Barbie, those were vintage. Oh, Barbie, those were vintage.
They definitely edited the audio for the clip. Are you sure? I guess I could believe that. But like, you can hear oh Barbie too. It's also crazy. Like, listen, again, I'm aware that I'm part of the problem. We stayed in a hotel in Tokyo. It was a Toy Story themed hotel. And the restaurant in the hotel was themed around Lotso, the Huggin' Bear from Toy Story 3. I get like it's not that serious, but I was kind of like losing my mind. That guy's a fucking... He tried to murder the toys, bro. And there's no redemption for Lotso. Like Lotso is about to die on the conveyor belt going into the incinerator. The toys like heave him up. They save him. They say we're all in this together. All he had to do was hit a button to stop the conveyor. His choice, like it was the trolley problem. And then one was like, hit a button and save 5 lives. And the other one was do nothing. And he said like, ta-ta, Woody, enjoy hell. And he walked away. He had to do nothing. I said like, you press one button, he would have saved their lives. And now they're glazing him, man. They got, like, I see little kids walking around like hugging Lotso bears. And I'm like, I feel like I've gone crazy. Like I think the world is still sane. I feel like I've lost my mind. Like I'm Jordan B. Peterson posting. I'm like, this little girl, don't you know that guy tried to kill Woody? Did you do any naked saunas? When I was in Japan, a Doremi Inn had one in the basement. It was crazy to just hang dong with salarymen. We stayed at a place that had an onsen, but I literally, and this is authentic, okay? I've had no qualms about being naked in like appropriate venues. My whole life I've been, going into changing rooms and, stripping down to zero to put on my gym clothes and stuff. But the thing that actually stopped me from going to the onsen was I was worried that I would breach some kind of unspoken Japanese code about where to wear my shoes. And I swear that that's authentic and real. Like I could wear the shoes out of my hotel room to the front of the onsen, but I don't know like if I bring my own slippers to then bring into the onsen, or if like the slippers touch the stone, then the stone is forever compromised and they gotta like get new stone in there or something. So I was just like, I'm not gonna dishonor this place with my ignorance, to be honest. So I said, nah, it's not necessary. Also, like, I don't like hot tubs too much. I always feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like for 3 seconds, I'm like, this is really relaxing. And then I just get sweaty and I'm like, now I gotta take a shower. Assuming I don't die. To make Saison del Aragosta Ale, Maine's Oxbow Brewing boils what animal right into the wart? Do I speak English anymore? To make Saison del Aragosta Ale, Maine's Oxbow Brewing boils what animal right in the wart? Saison del Aragosta Ale? I don't know. Probably like not a mammal, because that would be like a serious concern. So probably some kind of bug, like a cricket maybe. The meat is richer and more substantial than most fish. So wrote David Foster Wallace. Oh, it's a lobster. It's a Maine lobster. I don't want to review the game. That was hard, man. What does it mean to boil it right in the wart? The lobster saison. This shit is impossible, bro. Are you serious? Slayer to Kesha? Oh, brother. I mean, I know this sounds crazy. I feel like I want to start with like Marilyn Manson. which might get you at least into the modern era. Like I'm Everclear is kind of pop. Then we just need to get to the modern era. You're stuck in grunge? No shot, bro. Everclear takes us out. Sugar Ray takes us. Smash Mouth takes us into top 40 territory. Now all we got to do is get to the present era, which we're most likely to do via Wheatus having crossover appeal thanks to the One Direction cover of Teenage Dirtbag. No, okay, no, not gonna happen. But Weezer, very popular. Now all we gotta do is get ourselves over to Kesha. Into the yeahs. Into MIA. Third World Democracy. Into Lily Allen. We gotta be close, man. We gotta be like one away. Fun and Kesha. I'm too British now. I'm in the British territory. Gotye and Kesha. I want to go back one. Take me back to Fun, please. Oh no, take me back to Gotye, LMFAO, bro. To Kesha. This is the right era, man. Okay. I mean, this is like the era. I feel like will.i.am is... Tayo Cruz, he only had one song at the same time that Kesha had TikTok. Flo Rida has a song with Kesha. What? Akon, same era? I think I got further away again. Oh, man. T-Pain, same era? Fergie to Kesha. I should have done it the first time. Come on, man. These have all got to be like one away from Kesha. Iggy Azalea, Ciara, Pussycat Dolls, they got to be one away. Nelly Furtado to Kesha. Oh my God. Nelly Furtado to Nicole Scherzinger to Kesha. To Cassie to Kesha. To JoJo to Kesha. Oh no, we've gone too far back. We're in like young adult music now. The Glee cast to Kesha. No, I mean, get me out of here, dude. I'm in the most cursed possible related artist of all time. Adam Lambert, Pentatonics. Oh God. Hilary Duff to Gwen Stefani to Kesha. I mean, like, I'm stunned that Fergie was not a cheat code for us. Maybe Jordan Sparks, because I don't really know who she is. Hi, Domo. Maybe Jennifer Hudson and Kesha have some crossover. Maybe John Legend and Kesha have some crossover. Maybe Justin Timberlake. You're gone. You're in R&B now. Okay. Usher and Kesha, bro. It's not possible. Get me out of here, man. I don't know how to get there. You think Carly Rae Jepsen? Okay, I'll try to find my way back. Probably got to find some good music first. Maybe Christina Aguilera to Jennifer Lopez and Kesha. They must have some overlap, man. Yes! Holy cow. Show's shortest path. Slayer, Lamb of God, Tenacious D, Lonely Island, LMFAO, Pitbull, Kesha. Oh, did I just miss Kesha when I clicked Pitbull before? You didn't click it. I just can't believe we actually made that one work. That was like impossible. Sort these athletes by their all-time career earnings adjusted for inflation. Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing. Number one thing you need to know about this, soccer and golf go surprisingly crazy. So I would feel, even though it's adjusted for inflation, I would feel like Cristiano Ronaldo is at the top, even though his career, I guess, is technically not over. Tiger Woods is going to be up there. David Beckham is going to be up there. Michael Jordan is going to be up there. Also, obviously, Mike Tyson is going to be up there, too. One thing I'm confident of is Tom Brady will be last here, but he's still probably doing okay. I think I'm probably underrating Michael Jordan's career earnings adjusted for inflation. It includes endorsements. Includes endorsements. I'm going to put myself right there. I think it's possible I'm underrating Mike Tyson, but I also think it's impossible, or it's possible that he got 0 endorsements because he was convicted of a crime and also bit a dude's ear off. Oh my God, I got 4 of 6 on the first one. We just had to swap Woods and Ronaldo. What kind of bank do you think he made for Ip Man 3? I'm losing. This is the millennial Gen Z divide. Someone said, what the fuck did Tiger Woods do to make $2.66 billion? Are you fucking crazy, bro? He won every golf tournament from 1996 to like 2009. And took the sport from like its perception as like something that only 80-year-old dudes do to like actually being popular worldwide. No disrespect to Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Stick to beverage making, okay? I mean, if we're talking like 2000 to 2010, he's like the #1 most notable athlete, I think. What about Pele? He wasn't doing shit in like 2006, bro. Federer? He clears Federer, I'm sorry. Because there's 3 Federers. There's Federer, there's Nadal, and there's Djokovic. But there was only one Tiger, bro. When he put that red polo on, like everybody else must have just been like, I should just go home. I should just stay at the breakfast buffet today. Like now, yeah, he kind of, I mean, like his fall off has been crazy. And he does, my 2 cents, he needs to shave his head. He probably doesn't care, but like, I think he could own the bald look much better than the balding. It's the for me personally, it's like the wisps combined with like the synth oil biceps, where I'm like, you gotta pick one, man. Like, are you gonna be vain, or are you gonna let it slide a bit? You can't do both. You could do either. You can't do both. Okay, it's Tazar, bro. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I can understand it, by the way. It's like the people who, like, just is a little bit before, but people who are like, or I guess it's a little bit after now that I think about it, but people who don't realize that Sidney Crosby was like actually Homelander wearing a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. And they're like, yeah, like, I know he's good, don't get me wrong, and like his advanced stats are still pretty killer, but like, you weren't there, man. You weren't there for when he sniped the water bottle in the shootout, like right after the lockout ended. You weren't there, bro. Well, some of you were there. There was a house in New Orleans they called the Rising Sun that's changed the fates of many a man. And Lord, I know I'm one. I don't know, it hit him, but okay. Ooh. Just give me something else. Ooh. People are strange when you're a stranger. Can I restart this one, please? Haunted house ass video game music. Give me next. Amongst the stars, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, okay. The bells were nice. I know that one. Maple Story music? I wouldn't know. You should try 4 asterisks. I added it to my rotation. What the fuck? Well, it is Pride Month. Maybe. What? You probably tried to post a link and it got censored, right? 'Cause it really did look like you said you should try cock. I just added it to my rotation. Tiger had 2 world #1 streaks, 281 weeks and 264 weeks consecutively. Next closest at number 3 is 96 weeks. That's the thing, man. Like, Tiger Woods was so good, we just took it for granted. They're like, oh, guess Tiger was 6 strokes back going into the final round of the tournament. Who won the tournament? Tiger Woods by 2 strokes. Now, did he get addicted to drugs, cheat on his wife, and send like some of the most cringeworthy texts of all time? Yeah. He's the greatest golfer of all time, not the greatest person of all time. You think you're the kind of guy that's built different enough to actually win the lottery? No, but I do think, I don't consider myself an unlucky person. I've won a couple of random, semi-random things in my life. In 3rd grade, I remember they were like, we're doing a candle making workshop at lunchtime, but only like 10 students from the entire school can get in because we don't have that much beeswax. So like, please only apply if you're like really interested, and we'll do a random drawing. I applied and I got it. People were mad at me too. They were like, you better not show up for the beeswax candle making workshop. You better give me your spot. I was like, fuck that, man. And also, in my first year of university, I won a guess how many jelly beans are in this jar competition. That wasn't really luck, though. Like, I looked at the jar, and I, like, counted how many were on the outside, and then, like, multiplied it by what I thought, like, essentially the radius of the jar would be. And then I just, you know, they were like, you're off by 6. And I was like, wow, I'm good. But in hindsight, I'm like, I probably did get just pretty lucky. We're so back. So I was talking about how I won a guess how many jelly beans are in a jar competition in my first year of university. I also, in the same year of university, because I'm talking about how I don't see myself as like the kind of person who has inherent luck, but I also don't see myself as unlucky. They had an Iron Chef competition in our university cafeteria when I was a freshman, and I applied to be a judge, and I got selected. Now, it was cool because I got to eat food that was made like way better than the food in the cafeteria normally was, but it was kind of cracked in a bad way because they were only allowed to use the food from the cafeteria to make the dishes. So they would be like, check it out. It's like shrimp linguine, but it had all those tiny little like Sodexo shrimp in it instead of like ones that actually have any merit. It's not their fault. They were doing their best. Did you watch the Star Wars Hotel video essay? I did not, but I support its right to exist, personally. It's great. In the same way that there's just like some things in... I'm angling for a flush here, by the way. Oh no, I have to discard 2 cards every time! Rancid vibes. In the same way, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't watch YouTube, and the reason that I don't watch YouTube is because it's just easier for me to make a rule in my life that's like, I'm not going to watch anything on YouTube, instead of making a rule that's like, I'm only going to watch good stuff. Just so that I don't go down a rabbit hole and be like, you know, I'm like, I could really go for watching a video about how like they used to make bridges back in the European Union in 1971, and then like 6 weeks later I'm like, here's why I hate women, okay? Like, that's why I stay off of YouTube for the most part. I try to subject myself to as few recommendation algorithms as possible. What about Twitter? Well, Twitter, I think I've finally, after a decade, learned how to interface with it appropriately. And the way that you do it is you just only click on funny videos, and then it'll only send you funny videos. What you should never do is click on a tweet that is like a husband complaining about their wife or a wife complaining about their husband, because in like 2 weeks, your entire feed is going to make you hate men or women, because it's just going to give you more of what you showed interest in. So instead of getting rage baited, you see a video of like, you know, I show Speed trying not to laugh at the end of a Fortnite match, and then you click the video, and then, you know, 2 weeks later, all you got is I show Speed videos in there. It's the way to do it, man. Also, never click on a thread. Again, this is the same as the YouTube rule. There's exceptions to this rule, but here's my tip for you for your life. If you ever see a thread that's like, they bait you with like the most incredible or unbelievable thing happened to me like today, and then it's like one out of question mark. That's not what Twitter's for, motherfucker. That's what LinkedIn is for. Bring that shit back to LinkedIn. If you can't fit it in 140 characters, they made it 280 characters. If you can't fit it in 280, post it somewhere else, okay? Did you see the tweet that was like, I'm the king of having boundaries or something like that? And it was a screenshot of their text message conversation with their friend. And their friend was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm like going through a really hard time right now and I could really use some encouragement. And then they replied like, hey, you haven't really put in the effort for our friendship. We haven't had in-person contact in over a month, so I don't feel like expending the emotional labor necessary to keep you like satisfied right now. Sorry, let me know if anything changes. Oh, man. You might say that's like brain rot content. No. If you're smart, that's great content because you just look at it and you go, oh, man, that's funny. Oh, now we're talking. I was laughing when I was in Japan because I would like load up Twitter and the top like 3 trends would be in Japanese because it's like based on your location, I guess. And so it would be like something in Japanese, something in Japanese, something in Japanese, Ludwig, something in Japanese, Kaisenet, something in Japanese, something in Japanese. Like, I was like, man, Ludwig he's popular, man. It's like the 4th most popular trending topic worldwide. I'm sure it's based on like, you know, my own activity on Twitter as well, but... Hi, Faint Bunny. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Faint Bunny, if anyone's not familiar with the context, Faint Bunny is probably the most banned chatter that is still in chat. Why do you keep on banning them? Oh, I think, like, I don't know. Because, like, here's the cycle, okay? They get unbanned. They start being a reformed chatter. Then they just lay it on a little too thick. And usually they irritate one of the mods. By trolling or shitposting or just typing the same thing over and over. And then they get banned by the mod. Then I go into the unban request and I have an unban request from Faint Bunny that's like, oh, sorry, like I didn't realize that I was over the line again. And I'm like they've never gone so far over the line that like they're irredeemable, I think. They are, a habitual line stepper is probably a fair way to describe it, sure, but... And then, you know, people were like, well, maybe they'll never learn their lesson. And I'm like, well, that's not for me to say, brother. You know, it takes 1 click to ban. It takes 1 click to unban as well. It's not like it's a laborious task. I guess you're right. It kind of is for me to say in some sense. I'm just saying, like, most chatters that get banned, they type something, like, insane. And I'm like, there's no coming back from that. Like, I'm never gonna see you type, like, fuck you, you bald asshole. Like, you embody everything wrong with the world. And then, like, 2 days later, I'm gonna be like, hey, thanks for the resub, you know? Like, I'm not gonna do that. You're just gone forever. But Faint Bunny's always kind of, I don't know, they just keep on pushing it over the borderline. Hey NL, every stream is better than the previous. You're amazing and talented. I love you lots. Also, you're stylish and dripped out. Love the bits. Always so funny. Thank you, Faint Bunny. You're on probation right now, just so you know. That is, you're at the borderline as we speak. Just so you're aware, okay? So just be careful. Why would you ban them for that? You wouldn't get it, okay? There's a probation option. Yeah, like in my head, I can be like, that person's on probation. I can't actually like exercise my will beyond like, you know, punitive actions in chat, but Jimmy Carter in chat, that would be something. I was thinking about it actually today. I was like, in today's political climate, Is Jimmy Carter the most recent president that people are comfortable saying wasn't complete shit? I feel like at least like on the left side of the aisle, that's like the only one where you could be like, how about Jimmy Carter? And everybody's like, oh, okay, I'll give you Jimmy Carter. I think like as the internet, at least like on Twitter and Twitch, as it's drifted more left over the past decade, Obama has gone from like a philosopher king type president to like, for many people, he's actually one of the more maligned because they feel like he sold like a false dream and then just ended up being like an establishment guy that was doing the same thing that everybody else was doing. So in a way, he's almost, I think the perception, and who knows how it'll settle in 20, 50, 100 years, but I think it's gone from like, oh, a cool young president that could like switch up the establishment to like, he's rated even more harshly for then just kind of toeing the line. Okay, anyway, I was just bringing it up because it's interesting to think of. I wonder what it's like for Canada. Because, like, there's no shot you're going to get a Canadian conservative to be like, the Justin Trudeau era was good. And there's no shot you're going to get a Canadian liberal to be like, the Stephen Harper era was good. So how far back do you have to go, man? That's been the last 21 years or something of Canadian prime ministers. So you got to go, maybe Jean Chrétien. Maybe people are like, Jean Chrétien is sort of settled a little bit. I got popcorn cock. I'm sorry to hear that, I think. Flash14J, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. I have a 6 slot. You're totally right. You're totally right. That's a good card too, don't get me wrong. But you guys ever do that old trick where you cut a hole in the popcorn bucket and then you put your erect penis into the searing hot popcorn so that after your date at the movies has eaten like 70% of the popcorn bucket, she's like, oh, what the hell is this? Somebody put a sausage in it. Classic, dude. That's that old one. Oh, he's going on first dates to the movie theater. She's like, why'd you bring a saw? I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm handy. Oh, man. And then me going home with blue balls 2.5 hours later, trying to wash all the fucking Flavacol off my dick. It's so fucking pathetic, so stupid. Salt in my damn urethra. So true. So false. So obviously a thing that didn't happen. Didn't happen. Ever tell you that one of my friends went to see, I was 14 years old when this happened. What was my no! So I was clearly not paying as close of attention as I should. One of my friends saw The Matrix Reloaded opening night, and I was like, how was the movie? And he was like, I wouldn't know. I was getting a blowjob during the movie in the theater. And I was like, no, you fucking weren't. And he was like, yes, I was. And I was like, I don't believe you. And he was like, it felt awesome. To this day, I'm like, nah, man. He was making it up. It's too much. You're 14 years old, bro. You were not getting a 90-minute blowjob in a crowded movie theater on the opening night of the Matrix sequel. Like, you would have been kicked out. Just doesn't make sense. Insane for the girl, too. I mean, like, I don't know. Even at that point, I mean, like, he must have been on SSRIs or something at that point. Like, I don't know. Just even if it is true, it's just too much, man. SSRIs are the opposite? Okay, I don't know, all right? Benzos, then? I was trying to be cool by pretending that I have a psychiatrist who's prescribed me real medicine. Instead, I have a therapist. I don't even know if she went to school, and she's always telling me to practice, like, conscious breathing and shit that does not fucking work, dude. Like, it's made up, man. Heart flushes? Why not? Me when I have a toilet fetish? Heart flushes? Nah, not really. Listen, I'll just level with you. Those are like the jokes that I'm least proud of. But I throw them in every now and then. Because like there's some people out there with very unrefined senses of humor that watch this content. And for them, they'll be bringing that joke up to me for like 10 years. In 2031, they'll be like, I laughed so hard when you said heart flushes, POV, you have a toilet fetish. I know that because every day on Twitter, I still get notifications on the tweet that said, Kendrick Lamar, if he was a pirate, me port side just went viral. And it's probably got like 22,000 likes or something like that now. Like, it's just ridiculous. That one is good. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. Popcorn! Alright, we got a little out over our skis there, okay? Slash marker, we'll call that Balatro 1. And run it back. Black deck. Always a fun time. If you like things that suck. Which people do these days. Seeing the box office numbers for Garfield? It wasn't terrible. Just an honest question, because I'm I would say that my goal for this year is to like be more of a bully. Why do you know that Garfield is good or bad? I'll tell you in advance, and you can choose whether you want to lie or tell the truth. The only reason that I would consider acceptable is my kid wanted to see Garfield. Saw it with my GF LOL. Okay, I see you, and I'll allow it. I'm not gonna curse you for that one. Let me guess though, she picked it. You shouldn't say, NL. Why are you laughing? Why are you suppressing your guffaw, NL? I'm listening to your compilation right now. Your behavior is quite uncouth. Why do you think that she suggested it? It's simple. I know that your girlfriend suggested going to see Garfield. Because if you suggested, as a grown man, hey, let's go see Garfield, she would leave you. So I know the only situation, like I'm running the numbers in my head, the only situation in which it makes sense that you guys went to see Garfield is because she suggested it. No, she wouldn't? Naive. I'm just joking. Oh, I'm just joking. Oh, man. Quirked up women love Garfield? Online, maybe. I don't know. In meat space, I don't know about that one. You might be right. What do I know? I am kind of like... Listen, I'm not yucking anybody's yum with this comment, by the way. I am surprised how much like box office discourse I saw. Like, it seems like every time a movie opens now, people are like, oh, movie theaters are dead. Fall Guy only made fucking $92 million and it cost $130 million to make. Two things I want to say about that. One, do you work for fucking Dimensional Pictures? Who fucking cares? The secondarily, why did the Fall Guy cost $128 million to make? It sounds like they should tighten their belt a little bit. Quite frankly, that seems like too expensive. I'm not saying I could make it cheaper, but like, I feel like they probably could. I'm concerned about the industry. Because of Fall Guy? Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Because of Fall Guy? Because of Furiosa? Well, listen, I want to go see Furiosa, don't get me wrong. I think that it was kind of easy to see that it was going to bomb. Like in terms of its box office numbers, because the trailer made it look like The Flash. Now, as someone who's media literate, I was like, it looks like The Flash, but good. I think the average person seeing that trailer is gonna be like, this shit looks like The Flash. It looks sick. I mean, again, my like, is this gonna suck ass barometer when I see a trailer is usually pretty good. So I was like, for a second, I was like, what is this? What's going on here? And then Chris Hemsworth is like on his knees with his arms chained behind him, and he goes, "Do you have it in you to make it epic?" And I was like, this shit's probably gonna slap. It's probably gonna bang. The Fall Guy is like, you know, listen, I heard it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I mean, I've only seen 2 movies in 2024, and I saw the trailer for Fall Guy like 30 times. And every time I saw the trailer, it made me want to see the movie less. Why, though? Good question. I think that, for me, I have an aversion, whether logical or not, to when they do the Suicide Squad thing in the trailer, and they edit the cuts in the trailer to the beat of the song. That to me is like a red flag where I'm like, I'm probably not gonna go see this movie. And also, I hate Bon Jovi. You might not meet me on that one, but that's fine. I'm just being honest to myself. Hollywood execs right now. Bon Jovi's out. Bon Jovi's out. Okay, what's in? What's in right now? Biabba Doobie. Put Biabba Doobie in the trailer. Write that down. Write that down. Alanis Morissette. Put Jagged Little Pill back. Yeah. So true. Shoegaze movie makes $500 million at the box office. Yes! When shaved Austin Butler wins Best Actor for the Northernlion mockumentary. The trailer's got Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins. You'll remember. You'll remember where you were. You know what I did not like? I can't remember if this tweet happened before I left or like soon after I left, but the viral tweet that was like, if they remade American Psycho in 2024, Patrick Bateman would definitely be obsessed with Vampire Weekend, just soulless music with like the veneer of artistry over top of it. They were lucky I was away from my computer, okay? Because I could have typed. If I'm a millennial, okay? I can't type up anything longer than like 300 characters on my phone. If I have to send an email, I gotta go sit down and like get on my computer and stuff. I would never ever open a PDF on my phone. You gotta be crazy, Gen Z. No disrespect. They were lucky I was away. That's all I'm gonna say. You got no respect for. Let's not even talk about the debut, which is fantastic. You got no respect for giving up the gun. You ever book a flight on your phone? Would never happen. 100% chance would never come to pass. I trade stocks on my phone? Yeah, because it's 2 buttons, buddy. You're really going to put your passport number in on your phone keyboard? This shit's like 32 characters long. You type the same on the computer? Yeah, like 5,000 times faster with 1/1,000,000th errors on a screen that's 1 billion times bigger. I did my taxes on my phone. You're gonna get fucking audited by the IRS, bro. And you're gonna, the email is gonna say like, you're ducking over. Go to prison, right meow. So it's a skill issue? I guess so, but like, I don't know. The article that was like millennials don't like to do important things on their phone is 100% true. Like, even if I just got like an email from like my accountant or something, I wouldn't even want to open it up on my phone. I would wait until I was at my computer because I'm like, I don't want to have to, and then I like click to open the attachment and it's like, do you want to use Drive PDF Viewer or Samsung PDF? And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then you gotta like fill it out with the little, like doing the signature on the, no. Put me at the computer, man. Millennials answer the phone and don't say anything in case it's a robot. I don't think that's true. I think you're getting to something, but I don't think that's true. I say hello when I pick up my phone. The caveat is I only pick up my phone if I recognize the number. Because why wouldn't I? Like, at this point, I've been trained that like 98% of phone calls I receive are from like someone trying to steal my identity. You know how many calls I get a week from Brit Columbia? I was laughing too because like our daughter is starting kindergarten in September. So the school paired us up with like another family whose kid is 1 year older than ours, so they can like, you know, we can ask them questions like, hey, what do you wish you knew before you put your kid in kindergarten? So we got the email yesterday with their name. And I was like, oh, have they contacted you yet? And Kate was like, yeah, the wife texted me. And then she showed me and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then she was like, wait, I think this is a scam. So the person that texted her just happened to have the same name, for like first name, as the person who we got paired up with. So the first text was like, hello, and then with that person's name, first name. And then my wife replied like, "Oh, hello, nice to meet you." And then the second text that came back was like, "Oh, hi, actually, this was meant to be a text to my old friend, but this is a case of mistaken identity. By the way, whoa, your name is Kate? Wow, that's a beautiful name. You seem like a really nice person. My name is this, and I was born in Shanghai, but now I live in Boston, and I'm looking to make friends." And then like an obvious stolen photo of like a 25-year-old Chinese woman holding an Yves Saint Laurent purse. And I was like, oh man. Major scam vibes? No, it's not a scam vibe, it's a scam. Obviously. Gen Z is going to be fine, but I'm curious to see what scams they get cooked with. Yeah, I mean, every generation's got their stuff that they get cooked by, I'm sure. It's a lot easier to not get cooked if you don't open any emails, any, you know, like letters you get in the mail, or answer any phone calls, or even check your voicemail, though. Discord scams, that's right. I guess they've been going around, right? I'm not one of those people who thinks like millennials are like the last computer literate generation. But like whenever I see someone younger than me just like raw dog an attachment on Discord, I'm like, you didn't go through what we went through, man. Like, that was drilled into you at a young age. That's like, you don't open attachments from anybody. Don't even, if your mom sends you an email that has an attachment, call your mom and go like, "Hey, did you send me an email with this attachment?" And then if she says yeah, then you go, "Okay, what's in the attachment? Can you just give me like the gist of it instead of me opening it on my PC?" I would like to make you special. Do you have it in you to make it epic? To make it an epic legendary? What if Dementus was played by the Hearthstone Tavernkeeper? Do you have it in you to make a golden legendary? Whoa! You're gonna like Furiosa? I gotta check movie theaters around me and see, how long's the runtime? Is it like 71 minutes long? I could go see it before I pick my daughter up from daycare. 2.5 hours? Fuck, that's impossible. It might as well be like the Lord of the Rings extended edition at that point. That's gonna be hard. I don't have a problem with long movies when I'm watching them. It's just like setting that shit up takes some extra work. Hearthstone Tavernkeeper making chicken wings. Yes, thank you for reminding me. A crimson phial of Franklin's roiling red tonic. It's so back. Why'd you remind him? Because it's funny as fuck, dog. Right, guys? Yes! What do you do if you have to take a piss during a 2.5 hour long movie? Do you get up or do you suffer through? Young me suffered through because I was like, oh, I can't miss anything in Sahara starring Steve Zahn and Matthew McConaughey. Old me is like, I'm just gonna fucking go, man. Very few movies out there feel as good as like emptying your bladder when it's full. In the bathroom. Yeah, not in the seat. Although, based on the cleanliness of like the average movie theater, obviously not everybody's, you know, on the level with that one. You're right. Honestly, I'm glad you brought that up. It's a great time to go to the bathroom is like in the middle of a movie because there's nobody in there. It's like one of the most serene bathroom experiences you'll ever have. Also, anytime I'm in the bathroom, I kind of feel like at the movies, I feel like solidarity with anybody else that's in there. Give me some of this. Like if I see another middle-aged man in the movie theater bathroom, I give him a nod like, of course we're in here. We're 35-year-old guys watching Dune 2. Of course I gotta take 2 bathroom breaks. I only go to the bathroom to hit a Blinkerton. Honestly, like no disrespect, but you guys are so annoying. It hasn't happened for like a while, but It's happened maybe half a dozen times that I've been trying to use the bathroom like with my toddler at a public place, and I can't because they only have one stall, and there's a dude in there like vaping and watching YouTube shorts on his phone. And I'm like, buddy, God, if you want to do that, you got to do it at home, okay? Like this public toilet, like my kid's gonna piss her pants or something like that. Please stop attacking me. You can go do it, but just like, I don't know, can you just hit the Blinkerton and get out? Like, and skip the brain rot YouTube shorts at least? I can't remember if I even told this story, but this was like, it was probably a month and a half ago, maybe a month ago, is when my parents were here. Parents of toddlers will tell you, especially during potty training, which apparently never ends, before you go to a place where bathrooms will be inconvenient, you're always on your toddler's case. You're like, hey, do you have to go potty? It's been like 4 hours since you took a piss or shit. Like, you should probably go now because we're about to go to like a park that may not have public bathrooms. So like, and they're always like, I don't have to go now. And then you get in the car and you drive for like a minute and they're like, I'm going to piss my pants immediately if you don't find a bathroom. Which is why we have like an emergency like potty in our car. But anyway, so then we did the routine, like, do you have to go potty? No, we don't have to go, or I don't have to go. We went to like a restaurant. I was like, before we left the restaurant after we ate dinner, I was like, do you have to go potty? Because there's a nice bathroom here. And she's like, no, I don't have to go potty. We walk like 8 steps and she's like, I have to go potty immediately. Now, I don't want to go back in the restaurant because I've already ended my contract with that restaurant after leaving. I'm not going to come back in and be like, hey, my daughter just needs to pee. And they're going to be like, it's for customers only. And I was going to be like, I just had a banh mi here like, 10 minutes ago. Like, I don't want to get into that. So I'm like, fine, fuck it. We'll try to find like a public bathroom. Okay. So big mistake, but there was a Tim Hortons, and I said, at the very least, there will be toilets inside the Tim Hortons. It's what they serve the coffee in. Now, I take her to the men's bathroom because I'm a man and I'm going into the bathroom. Now, before you freak out, okay, these are private bathrooms. One says men, one says women. It's not like there's like 7 stalls and I'm like violating the veil of the, gendered bathrooms. I go into the men's bathroom. And it's just like a fucking war zone. Like there's toilet paper shoved in the individual toilet and like the seats covered with water. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, that's too much. So I open the door to the women's bathroom and it's just the one toilet and a sink. And the toilet just has shit in it. And I was like, that's not so bad. I can live with that. Then I go up, I close the door, lock the door, flush the toilet, because apparently adults don't clean the bathroom or flush their shit down the toilet anymore because they're all watching shit on their phone while they leave the bathroom or something. I flush it and the water just harmlessly runs over the top of the pile of shit. Like, it wasn't a log, it was like an elephant style mound that they had obviously dumped on like a part of the bowl that the water doesn't get a lot of traction on. So I was like, fuck it. And I'm looking at my kid, and my kid is like doing the pee-pee dance. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I fist the 1-ply toilet paper roll, wrap it around my hand like 20 times, and then just with one motion, heave the pile of shit into like the part of the toilet that can actually flush. Dump the glove of toilet paper, flush the toilet, put my kid on the toilet, she does her business, flush the toilet, wash my hands under the fingernails like for 3 minutes, and then get out of there. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing with our public bathrooms, man? Like, I get it, it's a Tim Hortons, okay? Like, I understand what kind of clientele is willfully taking a dump like as an adult inside of a Tim Hortons, but like, those people need to be in prison for what they're doing to the public bathrooms, man. There was literally like one time in Japan where I went into a public bathroom stall and was like, I'm not using that one. That sounds bad, but I went into like 30 public bathrooms. In North America, it's like 2/3 of the stalls they've been hit with a nuclear bomb. You gotta kick open like 3 stalls just to find one. You're like, oh, thank God, just piss on the seat. And then you can finally go. Hey, Hiccup Art, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Like, the state of public bathrooms I can only speak to, I guess, like Vancouver and Seattle mostly, but it's like Like, people have lost their minds, man. Come on, water. Don't do me like that. Come to Waffle House, it looks like people were mud wrestling in the bathrooms. That's fucking disgusting, bro, but also hilarious. No! Please, 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 please. I hate the black deck, man. So, I'd rather like gold stake on another deck. Give me telescope voucher. I can live with it. Thanks for nothing, Bloodstone. I hit E for the first time yesterday. Really? I played Fallout New Vegas back in, I think it was like 2016. I'm happy for you though. +2, +2, +2. What do you mean? You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. I played Half-Life in the 90s. I once slept with Eartha Kitt in an airplane bathroom. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you home. How much do you pay for daycare? It's honestly none of your business. A weird question. It's not your money. Why do you care? We're not friends. So a lot? No, I mean, I don't think it's pretty, I don't think it's that expensive. I would pay double if she didn't go on vacation. The NDP government subsidized daycare like 3 years ago. So the cost of daycare went down like 40%. And I think the government just pays the 40% to the family daycare providers, like out of their pocket. Now, the thing that is annoying is that they also ran on a campaign promise of like $10 a day daycare being rolled out through the city. And then that shit did not fucking happen. There's like a pilot project, and then there's still, we gotta test it, and then like, yeah. So by the time like it actually gets rolled out, my kid's probably gonna be 35. But, you know, it would be nice if it made it through. Well, now that I think about it, she's going to kindergarten in September, so it doesn't... It's probably not too relevant. But... so true. We're not ready for that one. But your kids are gonna love it. $10 a day is $3,000 a month. You live on fucking Necron 4 or something? I think you gotta check your mathematics on that one. Necron is a telling pull. I was just trying to pick a planet. I don't even know what. Now I'm scared to Google it. People be like, don't Google blowjob. You're not ready to see what the image results are. Oh, it's from Warhammer. Okay. Necron son or Eldar daughter. I'm gonna be real with you, big dog. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now. Eldar daughter for sure. I don't know what this means, man. Eldars are space elves. You know they have like probably like forums and stuff for this, right? You could just go you could just go talk about Warhammer Discord servers. Yeah, exactly. I've been banned from them all. Man, I don't even want to think about like how toxic you have to be to get banned from like a Warhammer PHP BB forum. Extreme chili head daughter or pushy vegan son. Man, that one. I guess I'm gonna say extreme chili head daughter. And the reason I'm gonna say that, I'm not anti-vegan, but pushy vegan would be annoying. Because I feel like at least extreme chili head daughter, I'd be like, damn girl, we're going to Olive Garden. Do you really need to bring your own hot sauce? Like, is everything okay? Pushy vegan son, I feel like would be an impediment to like my life, I suppose. I don't feel like most vegans are pushy also. I feel like they're mostly just minding their own business. I don't want to be one of those guys who's like anti-vegan or vegetarian, like just to, you know, just to punch down. Like there's going to be some, with chili oil daughter, you might be like, really? She's going to put chili oil in the damn Italian wedding soup? But with pushy vegan son, you'd probably be like, I'm just trying to, like, I had a hard day at work, buddy. I've been cleaning all afternoon, and now you want to have like an argument at dinner after you've been on Facebook all day? Like, fuck off. I'm just trying to make it through the damn week, you asshole. Pushy vegan son or pushy religious daughter? Probably pushy religious daughter. I don't know. I feel like most of the time, like, you gotta eat with your family like 3 times a day, man. Or maybe like 2 times a day. How often is my pushy religious daughter? She's gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't be watching fucking The Sopranos or something like that. I'll like, go to your room. I'm not necessarily daughter pilled. You just keep making the son like more annoying. Getting older is partly realizing how annoying I was to my parents who were working like 60 hours a week. Yeah, they're like, there's an element of that. If you haven't realized that by the time you're like well into adulthood, especially like if you have kids yourself, then either you were like a perfect kid or you owe someone an apology for sure, because like they were really just doing they're literally like waking up at like 6 a.m., vacuuming the entire house, making breakfast, taking a shower, shaving, putting on a suit, driving 45 minutes to go to the office, staying at the office like 8 until 6. Then they get home and I'm like, what, no present? Oh, no. You were gone for 10 hours. Your ass didn't have time to like stop at like Toys R Us or even Shoppers Drug Mart or whatever. No, I get it. I guess you don't fucking care about me at all. You didn't buy me like a cheap piece of fucking plastic in the shape of a cartoon that I've watched twice, but I'm obsessed with apparently. No big deal. I guess I'll go fuck myself. You know what is nice though? I have a kid who wants to eat the same pasta every single day, which I feel like has unburdened me from a compulsion my mom has. As a kid, I swear, and it's good for her, honestly, but it wouldn't be me. She would never cook or eat the same meal 2 days in a row. Which means you cook a big meal on Monday, you're not having leftovers Tuesday night for dinner. You might have leftovers Wednesday night for dinner, but on Tuesday you gotta have something else. Because I basically grew up with my parents believing that like if you had the same dinner 2 nights in a row, like the universe would collapse in on itself. It would initiate like the end of Evangelion or something. Okay, but seriously, what's up with the nurse's uniform? These are OR scrubs, guy. We went over this already. We already had our Wes Anderson moment. It's called a fucking Henley. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's known as a Henley shirt. Hold the Dawn. Hey, by the way, I want to apologize. I previously have said that streamers have the easiest job on the planet. I don't want to demonize a profession, but I actually think that I might have discovered one job easier than, it's not necessary, than streaming. And you could buy or sell this take, okay? I think that it's probably easier to be a findom OnlyFans person than it is to be a streamer. Because being a streamer, you do like almost nothing. But my perception of the financial domination fetish is that, don't you just say like, fuck you, give me $50 or something like that? And then like, nah, man, you should see some of the messages. Well, I'm sure you should see some of the messages I get in my chat, man, to be honest with you. Like, there's a lot of weird motherfuckers online. They probably get more weirdos. But I've cultivated an anti-weird audience over like 10 years. Like in a normal chat, you'll see a lot of weird motherfuckers, okay? Here, someone asks like a weird fucking question and everybody hits them with like the Krungo face and they go, oh, I see that oh, free thinkers aren't allowed here, and then they go watch somebody else. Findom is also one of the few jobs lamer than streaming. I'm not trying to, especially in Pride Month, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, to be honest with you. But when someone has like a foot fetish or something, I'm like, that's funny. Like, you're probably still just like going to work and like your life's not ruined and stuff like that. I hope someone has like for the men who have the financial domination fetish, I'm like, you got hit with like a lightning bolt from the devil. That's fucked up. Your fetish is that like people are mean to you and take your money. Like that's the lowest role you could possibly have, man. What about the women? For the women, I'm like, game recognizes game. You shut up, you little piggy, and here's my receipt for my dinner tonight. Yes, yes, mistress, yes. Like, what? They're just filling a role in the market that somebody else would fill if they went away. But like, the dudes with the findom fetish are just like cursed, right? I feel like it. I know how like it sounds, but if you make fun of someone that has like a foot fetish, people in chat are like, "Yo, shut up. We don't do fetish shaming here." But like when you make fun of the findom fetish guys and they're like, it is horrible. Like I have spent all of my money. Why do you think it's just guys? Come on. That's got to be like a 95-5 split, right? I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Like I've seen 90 Day Fiance. Fuck my shit life. I'm just, listen. I think it's just something in the human brain, right? Like the male brain, for some reason, maybe like 1 in 80 guys or something, is like, yeah, dude, you know what gets me hard is when a girl disrespects me and then I give her $1,000. Like it's a cognitive curse, man. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. It's quite the opposite. It's like, it's in solidarity, I suppose. Or whatever. I can't do this run, man. I can't fucking do it. He's a genius. 906 points. It's so doable. Never mind. Okay, that run was just, I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest with you. That was pathetic. Don't try to flip the script on me, you fucking submissive. Know your place. I'm just clip farming for librarian at this point. Yeah. Oh, the 2 best jokers in the game. Fantastic. Made me do my JonTron impression. Create a tarot card if the poker hand has an ace and a straight. In June, of all the months, right here in front of my salad. Does it feel good to be like the 90th person to say don't lean too much into the JonTron impression? Like the first couple people that typed it, I'm like, that's funny. But really, like when someone said it 42 seconds ago and you're like, hang on, I just got something to say. I'm like, come on. How's your gut biome been lately? Well, okay, honestly, it's like, it's too much information. I think that it got reset. I think, it sounds insane, okay? I don't know why this would be the case. I think having jet lag has helped out my gut biome, because there's I'm only bringing this up not to be gross. I'm just hoping that there's at least like 3 or 4 people in chat that'll be like, this is so me. I run the gamut as far as poops go, okay? The best poops I have are when my body sends me a signal at like 2 p.m. and is like, you gotta go poop, because that's very rare, and it always comes out like sausage, which is what you're looking for, right? My morning poop at like 6 in the morning is usually not my favorite poop. And if I ever have to poop like before bed, it's usually not my favorite poop either. But if my body sends the signal that like I have to poop in the afternoon, it always comes out like 10 out of 10. I don't know what it is, man. This is actually very true. It's true. This is real. I can't believe other people feel like this. It should be wrong to be this right. Are you eating too late or something? I mean, so I also feel like probably, because I would, you know, with the Peloton and everything, I feel like I probably eat 3,500 calories a day of food, and just being real, like 2,000 of it was dinner and after dinner. So I don't know if like my body is like, hey buddy, you ate 2,000 calories and went to sleep, here's some diarrhea for you, or what. But like since I've been back, I've been trying to curtail the evening eating a little bit, which has me fucked up on the bike. My legs are like, bro, what happened to the rocket fuel? And I'm like, just fucking chill, dude. What are you eating that gets you to 3,500? Peanut butter sandwiches and goldfish crackers, like ad nauseum in the literal sense of the word. I am rectangular. So true. Me when I have no hole. I stopped bringing that guy up though, because didn't he like get kidnapped in Haiti or something like that and was live posting about it on TikTok? Really? Well, that's what last time I brought up I am rectangular. Someone was like, hey, did you know that that guy got like kidnapped by the cartel and like sold into ransom or something like that? And I was like, I did not know that. I think they were fucking with you. The cartel? I gotta end the stream then, bro. That's serious business. Is it true about the Costco guys? Don't do this to me. What happened with the Costco guys? And the one kid is like 12 years old. What kind of debauchery could he be getting up to? Chicken baked to death? Ripped to a legend, honestly. The brightest lights burn out twice as fast or something. I do feel like there's a chance that the Costco guy dad is extremely MAGA, but that's just from looking at his appearance. I also feel from the calm energy that he admits and the good dadliness that he admits, I feel like he might be the local chair of his Democratic Socialists of America chapter. Like, I honestly don't know where that guy is, and maybe that's the way that it should be. You know, maybe we should know less about people. It's not phrenology. I guess it's phrenology a little bit. Oh, man. I'm just waiting for, like, the... We're Costco guys. Of course we support the presidency of Donald Trump. Vote Donald Trump on November 6, 2024. I'm waiting for that, or, like, you know... We're Biden guys. Of course we support the erosion of our freedoms. We're Biden guys. Of course we love paying $8 for a loaf of bread. Like, it's an election year where it's actually amazing that it feels like, because the candidates just kind of like drifted into being the candidates out of inertia, like the campaign has not gone insane like 2 years in advance like it normally does. But we're about to see some insanity from influencers for sure. New viewer here. Why are you always playing the same 2 games? Experienced streamer here. Why do you only jerk off to MILF porn? God, if I just nailed it. If I just didn't stutter, it would have been so good. Son of a bitch, I fumbled it, bro. You know what the crazy thing is? Is like, I don't know how to say it, but it's true. Like, I want to be like, I still won the burn competition because my burn was better. But like, if I believe that there's a divine right, that if you flub the punchline, you didn't have enough belief in yourself. I wish that it wasn't the case, but because I think you could just stumble over your words in any context, but when you flub the execution, it's like, I feel emasculated. Like, I feel like maybe I just didn't want it enough. I didn't have the mandate of heaven. You lose aura. That's why I respect that Joe Biden clip where they ask him how he feels about Trump blaming him for getting convicted on 34 charges. And then he just turns and goes like... and then walks out. He knows, like, don't possibly ruin the moment by, you know, stumbling over a couple of words or saying something about Earth Rider. Just hit the emote wheel and then Do people in North America watch the Euro? Yeah, a little bit for sure. Like that whenever the Euro happened in like high school, that's a great way to figure out like which of your friends identifies as being Dutch because their great grandfather may or may not have been from the Netherlands in 1871. And that is so fucked up. I think this is real. I think in Canada at least, who do you root for in the Euros? Well, if you have any heritage connection, genetic or familial, you root for that country. If you're like grandma's Croatian, you're like, okay, go Croatia. If you are like 100% purebred Canadian, like I think that I am, you root for England. I don't know how that ends up being the default, but I'm like, I have no idea where like my genes are from. So I get to the end of the like, who should I root for in the Euros flowchart? And I'm like, I guess England. It's like picking Mario in Smash Bros, kind of, but your last name is Laterno? Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm French. That might just mean that, like, all it takes is one French guy. You know? He could sneak into the family tree, and, you know, the family tree could be 900 branches. He gets in on one branch, and all of a sudden, now I'm French? I might have 98% Cuban DNA, for all I know. And then there's just one French guy, but he got the name in there. Why would you want to be English? I'm not saying I want to be English. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying that I'm English because I'm nothing. I don't know what I've told this story before, but like maybe 5 years ago, I was having dinner with my grandma and I was like, what are we? Like, are we like, did your dad come over from like somewhere in Europe or like your grandfather or something like that? And she was like, yeah, we don't like really know. Like my dad was born in Canada and his dad, like, we don't really know where he came from. And I'm like, what is this cooked ancestry.com garbage, man? But I feel like most people know their family lineage like fairly well, and I don't know, like I spawned in media res or something like that. I have no idea. So now I have to resort to phrenology. I'm like, I'm bald, so I'm probably like, I don't know, Nordic, but I'm 5'10", so I don't know, I guess maybe I'm from Japan. I think I'm like half Japanese, half Icelandic or something. I want you to imagine if I did Ancestry.com and it came back that I was half Japanese. You are going to get some of the best streams of all time if that was the case. Holy. Chat, can I get a poo-poo daddy? No, absolutely not. This is my respite from that. I lived that for like... I played face cards. I lived that for 2 weeks straight. And it's not like, it honestly doesn't weigh on me like too much emotionally that, you know, the being that I love the most in the world only converses with me as poo-poo daddy. But at some point you're just like, get some new material, man. Like I was giving her a bath last night and she was mixing up stuff like water in her bath toys and she was like, drink this. I was like, what is it? She's like, it's poo-poo. And I'm like, okay. How about no more poo-poo? And she's like, okay, it's poison throw up. And I'm like, we're really gonna have to like pretend to laugh at this scatological humor for like the next year? Like it's just so prosaic and overdone. Thank you. She does need to hit the lab. Why'd you skip Saturn? Good question. I got an idea. Play garbage. That wasn't even that bad. My hope was to draw into a full house that I could then discard to level it up. Oh, motherfucker, Pluto. I think I gotta play like Fortnite tomorrow or something, man. Like this, there's just too many calculations here until my brain comes back. Or play one of the 10,000 games in your Steam library. Yeah, but most of them are not good. It's like, I know people don't want to like deal with that reality. I'm not saying it's like they didn't, a lot of work didn't go into them. There's like, you know, you're right, I should get straights. Go back to Cobalt Core? No, you go back to 2017 and play Slay the Spire. That's nothing against Cobalt Core, but me playing Cobalt Core is not going to save your life, okay? Plus, people are always like, play something different, play some variety. And I'm like, okay, what variety? And then they suggest like the same 5 games. Hollow Knight, Outer Wilds, Animal Well. What about a Stardew Valley playthrough? You never really spent as much time in Noida as I would have liked. Is that variety? People are like, oh, if you love salt, mix it up a little bit. Really? What seasoning do you recommend? You ever hear of fucking pepper? Come on, bro. It's Fortnite. It's Fortnite era. The earlier you accept that, the better your life will be. Outer Wilds would be cool. Fucking 12 hours of you typing, Chad, let him solve it for himself. Chad, please, no spoilies. Sounds like a great time. When we could be doing Orange Justice as Peter Griffin, teabagging Janet Reno. Wait, is that one of those games you can get banned for teabagging, or is that just League? Who did this? How would you teabag in League? Probably by out CSing you mid with Shadow Fiend and then dropping a fat ult at your racks so that I get mega creeps. Earlier you were talking about Dota when saying League. Yes, I don't care is the genesis of that error. Hope that helps. Sorry. It doesn't matter. None of it doesn't matter. Should I start reading books at the laundromat to meet women? Let me give you a piece of advice from an old head, okay? The answer to that question is obviously no. I'll tell you why. Because whatever you set as the foundation for your relationship, you're gonna have to maintain the facade of that for the length of the relationship. So if you want to read books in the laundromat, go read books in the laundromat. It sounds like a nice thing to do. But if you don't really see yourself doing that for the next like 30 years, then don't start the relationship on that false pretense, or you're gonna find yourself being miserable, I think. Basically what I'm trying to say is just go live your life authentically and, you know, goon until you meet the one. And then chill out with that shit a little bit. What if I don't leave the house? There's always Final Fantasy 14. +2. Oh, man. Oh. I've seen too many Final Fantasy 14 couples. It works. I believe, because back in the day, it used to be Warcraft. Or, sorry, World of Warcraft. I don't think anybody was meeting on the Frozen Throne. MMOs are where you meet real people. It's just like YouTube. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I think I'm glad that the time in my life where I would probably be like, I should get into an MMO. I think I'm glad that that's done. Because it protects me from, I don't know, a part of society I have no familiarity with, so I'm not going to say anything else about it. Like, I was thinking about this with League of Legends, but like, if like my 12-year-old niece was like, hey, should I get into League of Legends? I'd be like, whatever, you're 12. Like, nothing matters right now. Probably not. Like, you should do a sport or like some kind of intellectually stimulating hobby while you're young. But if like I had a 35-year-old friend that was like, hey, should I play League of Legends for the first time? I would like immediately be like, turn your phone off. We're going to Las Vegas or something like that. Like, your life needs saving. No, you shouldn't fucking start playing like League or an MMO at age 35. Are you crazy? If you've already played like WoW and EverQuest and Final Fantasy 14, sure, you then dive right in. But if you're like for the first time in your life, you're like, I got 45 minutes of free time a night. Should I start really getting into an MMO? No, brother, you need to be saved. Play like a normie game or something. 35-year-olds should be playing boomer games like Counter-Strike. 35-year-olds should be like predominantly concerned with like raising their children, is my opinion on that. Now, if you don't have kids, I'm not saying skill difference. So I can't speak because I'm on the other side of the fence now. You should mostly be concerned with like paying your mortgage and setting a good example for the next generation, I think. Yes, the stream will end after this Balatro run. So it could be 10 minutes or it could be 10 seconds. The important thing is you should be mewing every day. But you're already doing that, hopefully. Right? I think we're 07. I think we lost. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. You discard these two. And you play the greatest straight of all time with a steel card in hand. It's just that easy, guys. Okay. Well, I mean, this was like a horrendous day of Balatro, but I had fun nonetheless. We will not be playing Balatro tomorrow. Well, I put the ace first. It was a mistake. Tomorrow, we should do the dulls and then something like brainless, honestly, until I get over this jet lag. I don't know what that would be. You know what? This tweet could go crazy. I just don't know how to phrase it. Well, what the heck? I just opened up the Twitch homepage because Kate's not streaming today. So loud. And you made me lose my tweet. You jerk. Oh, the tweet was going to be something like, I love when you get an email that says action required and then you just don't even respond. Like, I think you and I have different definitions of what required is. Like, when I get a letter from the government and it's like action required, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to open that up. When I get a letter from like a distribution portal for video games and it's like action required, I'm like, I don't think we are using the same dictionary, brother. Bye. Heart and soul. It's got a lot of heart and soul. I don't know the rest of the words, but it's got a pretty good bass line, heart and soul. My wife is streaming Mahjong Monday's Pog. I'll send you right over to her stream. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday night. I'll see you tomorrow for Dawnkeeper. A scrammy,